Hello everyone, my name is Neha Danole from Brisang Training Institute, and I am going to share this technical video on informed consent in clinical research. Uh, First, we see why this informed consent form is important. This informed consent form is a document that gives clarifies the how the actual study is going to be happen, and it includes the all information about the clinical trials that discuss with the participants in that trial. And it is important because the failure also leads and in that clinical research clinical trial, so we have to discuss that to that patient, that's they can decide there, that's they can decide and enroll in that process. Informed consent is a voluntary agreement, and it is a role, it is a role which is played by the person that was enrolled in clinical research. And this agreement is shows uh, there are they shows that the patient is willingly participate in this clinical trial, and they understand the process of clinical trial, and because of this they are only enrolled in this clinical trial with their consent only. And there are some examples of informed consent, like there is also the ethics committee are there. They monitors this they monitor or check the or they check or they see the how clinical trial is done on the patients, sorry, on the volunteers, and they are responsible for to check the safety of the enrolled patients in that clinical trials. And some of the participants are also voluntarily involved, and they also have that freedom to withdraw that any time when they and this withdrawal is due to the when there is any serious adverse event or any failure to the clinical failure to that administrator, then this patient or the volunteer have that ability or that freedom that they can withdraw their consent, and they come out from this clinical trial. And uh, giving these participants, they gives the participants sufficient information about the process that was done in clinical trials. And there are also some of some of the information, like the duration of this clinical trial is required, then the what which kind of drug is administered to that patient, how the clinical trial are actually performed, then the aim of that clinical trial, and how the patient or how this drug or device that helps in the treatment, the all information are included in this, um, included or discussed with that patient for voluntary involved in that uh, in clinical trials. And there are also the research team and participants that also lead or they play an important role, that understands because they understand clinical trial. And because of this they require the informed consent. And this informed consent is the ethical consideration of that volunteer, and it plays a critical role in clinical research or clinical process. And there are the uh, procedures or the challenges also identify, and that helps in effectiveness, and also helps in communication, and the understanding the participants, or when we enroll or when we administer the drug, they can uh, they can communicate with that patient, and take a follow up of that patient, and inform the consent process to tackle that issue when there is any issue that was leads in clinical trial. And in informed consent, actually this process is done for the for the enrolled participants, and they are that shows that the patients or the volunteer are enrolled, they have or they are willingly enrolled in this clinical trial process, and they have all information, or the researchers or that body provides the all information of the clinical trial that were performed on them, and they are aware of the adverse reaction or the how that clinical trial goes. All informations are they discussed with that patient, and after that, if they are agree with this agree for that enrollment, then and then only the participants are voluntarily involved in clinical trials. And there are also the ethical committee are there for the participants. Uh, they helps or they keep a watch on this process, so they can ensure the patient the participant safety from this clinical trial in this clinical trial. That's all. Thank you.